What's up everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing something that I have never made before. We are making a healthy Italian Ragu meat sauce pasta. Let's get to it. This recipe feeds 6 to 8 people, and for it, you will need 1 pound of whatever pasta you would like, 1 onion, 2 celery ribs, 1 carrot, a half cup of whole milk, 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar, a half cup of beef stock, 4 teaspoons of jarred minced garlic, a half teaspoon of nutmeg, a half teaspoon of dried thyme, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a half pound of ground beef, a half pound of ground pork, 1 sink-soaked can of tomato paste, and Parmesan cheese for serving. Alright everyone, so your first step is to cook your pasta. Now I am using this penne pasta, so I will go through the steps to cook it now, and then after that, we will get started on the sauce.
Alright, so what I am doing is getting water to boil, and it will say how much you need on the package of pasta. Now as you see, I am just dumping it in. And I'm gonna let it sit with the top over it until it boils.
Now I'm just dumping the pasta in. And then if you're afraid that your pot is gonna overflow, then you can just do what I'm doing, use a measuring cup and just scoop a little bit of the water out. And I always also like to add a little bit of salt in my pasta. That's really basically it. All you're gonna do now is just mix it until it's done. Alright, so while you're making your pasta, you can start chopping up your celery and your carrot. Alright everyone, woo, that was a lot of work. I'm already tired. So anyways, now you gotta measure out your whole milk, red wine vinegar, and beef stock. Put them in a measuring cup and set them next to the stove. So I do not have beef stock, so another thing that you can do to substitute for is using a beef bouillon. So I will walk you through the steps on how to do that now. So I'm just getting out the amount of bouillon that I need. Now I am putting the amount of water in that I need, and it will say how much on your beef bouillon package. And lastly, I stuck it in the microwave for about 4 minutes. Alright, so while your water is in the microwave getting ready for your bouillon, you can start mixing together your garlic, nutmeg, and thyme. All of our mixtures are made, and it's time to start cooking. Your first step is to add your olive oil to your pan. Then, after about 1 minute, you can add all your veggies in, and you can add your seasoning mixture in with your garlic. Okay, so now you are going to add your meat in. So I do not have ground pork. My dad said that we had it, but it's at our Vermont house. So I am just using more ground beef to substitute for the pork. So you're gonna add that in, and you are also going to add your tomato paste in and your other milk mixture. Let's go. Oh yeah, also, so before you add your milk mixture and your tomato paste in, you want to let your ground beef brown, which will take about 10 minutes. Okay, so let this sit in your pan or pot for 1 hour or 1 hour and a half with the cover on it, and stir every 10 to 15 minutes to make sure that it does not stick to the bottom. And I'll come back and I will see you soon. Let's get our pasta into our pan. Notice that I sprinkled it with a little Parmesan cheese. Even though I did not add the pork in, it still tastes delicious. It kind of tastes like spaghetti bolognese. As far as rating goes for this recipe, I would probably give it a 4 on taste. Because although I did not add the pork, it was still really good. And like I said, it kind of tasted like spaghetti bolognese, and I love spaghetti bolognese. And as far as hardness goes, well, that burning of the pot was a little over the top, so that would bring me down. But overall, the rest of it was pretty easy, so I would give it a 3 or a 4.